Okay, so let's let the fun begin. So I will be using this little scale. It's super helpful because I can really calculate all of my formulas. I will be using this silicone cup that has measurements that make sense. Okay, in Europe and in America it has divisions in millimeters, in milliliters, sorry, 50, 100, 150, so it's basically 50 mils increments. It has cups, like half of the cup, 1 cup, whatever, and then same thing on the other side. One thing I don't get, I don't get these cups. I mean, they're super helpful, but when I look at this graph, it's like I don't know how to react. It starts with 50 mils, then 100 mils, then 1/4 liter. Like, we don't do that in Europe or in Russia. We don't use it as a 1/4 liter, and then back to mils. 350 mils, then back to one half of the liter, and then 650 mils, and then 3/4 liters. Like, what the F? Excuse my French, oui, je parle français, but it doesn't make any sense. We use it as either 50 increments, 100 increments, or 10 increments. It's easy to do the calculations, do the math. This graph, it's a spaceship for me. I don't know. I don't understand how to use it, but anyway, these cups are amazing. I love to use them when I'm mixing my paints. Nothing sticks to them, so you can peel it off easily. Hello to those. So anyway, off the topic, so I will be using one of the 3 options I will experiment with in the next week or so. It's Bare Interior Exterior High Gloss Enamel Debase 8300, and it should be drying clear, so you can mix any pigments with them. Yes, I like the way it looks. So it looks kind of like milky. Oh wow, it's very thick. Let me move it on the side. So it's very thick, and I like it because I have a lot of pigments that are liquid water, so I definitely will need to thicken them up. But this is very promising, so I have to mix it up. And another ingredient I will be mixing in is Jassonia. So we'll use 1 part of High Gloss Enamel, 1 part of Jassonia, and I will create my oh my god, yeah, it actually smells. Okay, I don't know if it's non-toxic, so it's a little bit concerning. I should probably have ventilation in this room. This kitchen rather, and this stick is difficult to mix, so I'll probably use this guy. By the way, my arsenal of tools, I love IKEA. Oh my god, it's my favorite art supply store. So I will be using this big metal steel container. I usually keep it in my sink, and I put all of my utensils or used cups there. And I either wash it, I used to wash it, now I think I would probably let it dry and then peel the paint off and then throw it in the garbage so there is not pollution to the water. So it's in the sink right next to me. And then I purchased these guys. I am in love with these silicone mats in IKEA, about $6 each, $6 or $7 each, but these are incredible. They have a little bit of the texture, which I'm not too crazy about, but again, for my purpose it doesn't matter. But nothing sticks to them. I mean, I use them to create my skins. I will show you in the hopefully in next videos how I imprint all of my pores onto the skins so they dry very thin. I can peel them off without any effort, and I can transfer them onto the canvases. But these are amazing, along with silicone cups and mixing plastic spoons. So yes, this is a Silicon Valley. So I will give it a little bit of the stir. So I will prepare a batch of pouring medium using this Deep Base 8300, and I will test variety of pigments that I have from different brands, from, I mean, like about 7 or 8 different brands. So it will be 2-to-1 ratio, and I can use this measuring cup, which will be 1.5 cup and then 3/4 of Jusonia, right? I'm terrible with math now. I used to be so good at it. Or I can use milliliters, which will be easy if I do 40 and no, maybe 400, and then no, it's going to be too much. I think I will use cups. So 1/4 and 1/2 of the cup will be deep base, and then I will fill it up till 3/4 with Jusonia. And actually, I don't need scales for this purpose. So let's try it. And I will kind of try to clean it up. These are another amazing little gadgets. You get them at Home Depot. I mean, they're so cheap, but they are so useful. I use them. They come in larger sizes as well. But you get controlled flow of the paint, and then you can close them up. They're collapsible. You basically push this thing, close it here, and close right here. And I store them. I stack them on top of each other. The paint doesn't dry, and if it dries on the surface, it easily peels off. So super useful right there. So you have to open this nozzle and open this little hole so it gives lets the air in. And I will go with half of the cups. If I'm lucky, because the paint is super thick. Oh my god, it's super thick now. Yeah, it will take me forever. With this cup, excusez-moi, but. And by the way, another thing I use, I always keep a cloth, actually 2 of them, dry and damp, right next to me near the sink, so I could wipe my hands, my utensils, etc. And so, okay, half of the cup. Oh my god, it's so thick, I'm so not used to it. Okay. Half of the cup it is. And now Jusonia. This is a new jar, so I will try to utilize this, and I will fill it up to 3/4 of the cup, so it will be 2-to-1 ratio, right? Yes, I think. And I will be mixing it gradually. I don't know if this tool is big enough, maybe. This spatula, yeah, it is much easier to maneuver. So because it's liquid, I will not be adding all of them out right away. I will be gradually mixing it in. I should probably use the other side, because this one has a dent. So this bottle is gone. It goes into recycle bin by Jusonia. And now I will need some more. If I ever post this video, I will try to fast forward boarding stuff, boarding moments, or you can always push fast forward button and skip to the fun part. So without the stick, three-quarters. It's transparent, so it's really good. Yeah, perfect. Alright, so that's all I need from glass varnish, and I will keep it on the side. Maybe I will need to thin the paints out, I don't know. So I will be using it as adjusting ingredient. Yeah, I think this is, consistency is nice. It's much thicker than I am used to. But again, the skins that I was previously mixing, I was pouring them on top of Teflon trays or silicone mats and letting them dry. So my paint was much thinner and it was drying perfectly. Every time I tried using a thicker paint, it was cracking while drying. But this time I will use my silicone trays to print out, kind of like to do the imprint of the pour. You'll see it in the future, but I've been doing that since the beginning because I don't have space to store all of these canvases with bulk frames and etc. I don't sell my paintings. I don't sell them yet, at least. I had sold one and the girl was so happy. The girl who purchased it made my day. But I don't have place to store all these huge canvases and boxes and frames. Like, no. My skins, they usually take up, where are they? Here. My skins are this thick. I pour them, grate them on Teflon trays, and then I peel them off. I store them in between sheets of parchment paper. They take no space whatsoever. I stack them up, and then once I'm ready, I transfer them onto the canvas, or I cut them into collage pieces and use them on other artwork. So it's all about like kind of like not wasting space, utensils, water, whatever. Alright, so this is ready. This is ready. So what I am doing next? Next I am choosing which ingredients, which pigments to use. So I will clean this spatula up so I could use it in the future. And other spatula over this one. I love, 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 love this spatula. It's actually starting to to break apart. I need some water. But this works so well with silicone cups, because when you mix it, you're really rubbing the edges against, and you're breaking up all of the hard pieces that are like pigments, and it mixes up so well with pouring mediums. So yeah, I have new one somewhere. I can find it somewhere in my drawers. All right, and for this purpose, I will need the scale. And what is the ratio of pigments? I have no idea. So I'm looking at the YouTube video of Fluid Art Abstract from Waterful Acrylics, and it's video 323. This amazing artist shares with us all of the brands of the paints that she's using and the ratios, and she's saying that she only uses a couple of drops in a 3-ounce cup of pouring medium. 3 ounces. I don't know how much is 3 ounces. OZ. Like these cups, they have some measurement, but it's so impossible to see. I have good vision, but I can't see them because it's all white on white. 20. 40, 60, 80 and 100. Okay, so these are milliliters, but there are no ounces, so I have no idea. I can do the I can change units, pounds, lbs, and then oz, ounce. Okay, so I will need 3 ounce. No idea how much is it, but oh my god, wow, that's a lot. That's 6 ounce, right? No, 0.7, and I did not reset the cup. Oh my god. Alright, let me redo. Taking a new cup that is empty. I am resetting it to 0. Yes, so it's 0 with ounce, and let me pour it into a smaller cup so I have more control. And I need 3 ounces. 2, 3, okay. That's very little. Wow, okay. Really? That's all she needs? It's like a drop. 3 ounces? Yeah. I'll have to rewatch the video. Okay, maybe it does make sense. So I'm testing the colors. So let's start with golden fluid acrylics. And let's see, I will try to use different color from every brand, so when I am pouring I will know exactly which color reacts in what way. This is iridescent gold. But I will try to do just pure color. Let's do green, viridian green hue. I realized that I am not a big fan of of green shades. I always have a lot of leftovers, so let's do 2, 3 drops. No, I need more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 drops of golden vivid green hue. It looks like such a tiny amount of paint. I mean, but it's okay. All right, and I will put them on the sides so I know which pigment was using what color. Then let's mix one of the golden with pearlescent, with iridescent pearl. So I'm setting it to 0. I'm using 3 ounces of 2, 3, right? It's so not accurate. There is so much time when I'm pouring between 2 and 3 ounces. I mean, in milliliters it's so much more precise. Okay, now it's 4. And I will use manganese blue, and I will try to pour the same amount, like maybe 10 drops. Okay, so 10 drops. And yes, I will be using a new stick for each color because there is such a little paint amount. I will be able to stick it into the cup and get my pigments, get my color, and pour it onto the surface. Okay. Yes, I will not be using my lovely silicone spatula for this purpose, because usually I mix my colors, I pour my colors into small twist bottles, I wipe it off, and I reuse it for the next batch, so I don't use all these plastic cups. The color is really milky. I don't know if I like it, but again, it's a small test. And now I will add my iridescent pearl thingy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 drops. It actually looks nice. It does give it like nice pearlescent effect. Wow, I like it. It's almost like this little pig at the chili is developing, so that's good to know. Okay, put it on the side. I need some water, my throat is dry. Okay, so that's with golden. And next I will try golden tube paint, which is much thicker, and I will probably use something that I'm almost out of, like this guy. I don't know if it's dry or not. I'll try to push all of the color out, and let's see. If I can squeeze anything out of this bottle, I mean the tube units turned off. I need ounces. Okay, so 3 OZ. I wonder how many OZ is in milliliters, because I feel much more comfortable with milliliters. That makes so much more sense. Okay, 3 ounces. Let me set it to 0 and change units to grams. So this is 0 gram, and now, okay, so 9 grams, which is similar to 9 milliliters. Let's do 10. Okay, so 10 milliliters. Now it's 11. Maybe a little too much. Let's stay consistent, and now it's 8. Now it's 13. Come on. Okay, 10. Don't move. So 10 grams, which is almost similar to 10 milliliters and easy to remember. If I need to increase my ratios, it's so easy to take 10 and multiply than doing like 1/4 and 3 cups and all this nonsense that I don't get. And I lived in the country for quite some time. Alright, so 10 mils, and I will try to squeeze some of this onto the spoon. And of course it's going to be much thicker. It is much thicker. It will not work. I will have to thin it out with Gessonia varnish maybe. Or maybe I can use retarder to adjust. Yeah, why not? It is specifically made for increased working time added to acrylic paints. I will try to use retarder as my adjustment to the first. No, I used it. Maybe I didn't open it. Untwist the cup. Okay. So I can untwist it, and it's so hard to pour. Oops. Now it squirts. It is super thick, so I don't know if I will be using the tube paint, because I need pretty much the same consistency of all of my pigments. Like this is flowing off of the stick nicely. You can see it on the side. This guy a little bit thicker. Oh, because I used iridescent medium here. So it is thicker, but still it flows nicely off of the stick. And this is blobbing. Alright, so what do we use to thin it up? I will put some more of Gessonia varnish to thin it up, since I already have it there. So I twist it close. Yeah, much nicer. Still blobs off of the stick. And maybe if I get the right shades, maybe I can use these pigments, pure pigments, as a thin medium. If I have a pigment that is too thick, I can adjust it with those guys. Oh, iridescent medium, even better. Okay, but let's experiment. Much nicer. Okay, so it flows off of the stick. I will put it so I will keep them together, so I know, I mean, I'm recording everything, but it's easier for me to remember if I take a screenshot, I mean picture of all of my premixed paints next to the jars of the colors. Alright, so what should we do next? So I'm using a new cup. I'm adding 10 mils. Overspill. 10. Okay, good enough. And now I will use Amsterdam acrylic. This is gold. Oh wow, I just got out of the jar. I keep them upside down because sometimes they're so hard to get out of the bottle. And I guess I will eyeball it and then measure the cup, I mean measure the weight. Keep it upside down, and now it's with a cup, I mean with a spoon, so it's not exactly accurate. It's okay. Let's eyeball it for now. And usually I notice metallics are much thicker. Yeah, look at that. It's like it's completely thick. So what, Monja Sonia? I don't think if I like using so much of the varnish as a thinning medium. But let's try. Now it makes sense to use such a small amounts, like 3 ounces or 10 mils of pigment, because what if it doesn't work? You don't waste too much paint. I think it's varnish that is stinky. I don't like it. Still too thick. Should I use water? I want to use water. More varnish. Okay, I'm not sold on Amsterdam metallics for this matter. It is still thick. So let me try and use some water. I will use some filtered water and I will put it in this bottle so I could squirt like small amounts. And Monja Sonia. Maybe, I mean it's water-based, then why not? Maybe I should use water as thinning. Okay, now it has somewhat similar consistency to previous pigments. Yes. so it flows off of the stick nicely. I think all of the ingredients are mixed up together nicely. Alright, then I will do the same thing with a regular Amsterdam color, which is my favorite shade, I mean. So 10 mils. I have to set it to 0. And then but yes, grams and milligrams are much more accurate than ounces for sure. And I will squeeze some of this beautiful pigment, like this much. Looks beautiful, very saturated. I love this color. But yes, it does look super thick. So I will dilute it with a little bit of water to bring it to consistency. And maybe, why don't I try a little bit of the iridescent medium? Because it's thin, so instead of adding water, let's see if it will react. On the jar, it shows me that the color is transparent, like this little square is blank, which indicates transparency. On white Amsterdam, which is right here, it is black square, that means it's super opaque. And it is. So this is transparent color, so it should probably work well with iridescent medium. So let me pour some. It did make the color a little bit duller, like dull. It's not as bright as previously. It kind of like graded out, but it gave it a little bit of the metallic-y texture. I mean, not texture, but metallic-y effect. Pearlescent, I would say. Okay, but it's still too thick. Still thick. So more water. Still thick. Yeah, I was thrown away by golden fluid acrylics because they are liquidy, and my tube paints are much thicker, so I have to adjust the formula. Okay, now it might be even too thin. No, it should be okay. And I like the silicone cups because you can really like grab it, hold it with your thumb and run the spoon against it just to scrape off all of the unmixed paint that's stuck on the side of the spoon, and then push it back to the bottom and mix it well. Yeah, so it is. It is beautiful. It's iridescent, alright. So this baby, and now something that I was fearing for the longest time is this Pearl X pigments. I haven't used them. I bought them and I was walking around them, scared of them. Okay, what color should I use? So I'll try to use variety of different shades, so I won't mix them up. I have golden, maybe I should go with purple. I don't have any purple. It's so beautiful. I'll use this. This is such an unusual color, kind of like salmon pink. Oh, let me And it is recommended to use respirator when you use these pigments because they are freaking flying everywhere. But I will try to use this spoon. Okay, let's go. Okay. And I will use the tip of the spoon so there is no dust. Maybe that's too much, I don't know. I don't know. And as the wetting medium, I will be using Retarder from Golden, which is amazing brand. Amazing brand for artists. Highly recommended by talented people. And okay, using Retarder. Oops, wow, it splatters. You have to be really careful mixing it up. But the key, what Shelly said, that you have to make sure that you mix it so well that all of the particles of the powder is wet, is surrounded by Retarder, what are you using? Yummy. It looks delicious. It looks delicious. I like it. I don't know, maybe I should use a little bit more of the Retarder. And what Shelly is saying, that when you mix powders from like pigments or powders from Pearl-Ex or whatever, that paint is long lasting. You can store it and you can reuse it, unlike acrylic paints. So I have high hopes for these guys. I mean, they look beautiful. Right? They don't have much color shift. It's all about the same shade. And now I will set it to 0. And now I have to add 10 mils of pouring medium. Okay, 11. 12, a little bit more than expected, but hey. I should probably wear a mask. And now it's kind of like it dulled out, it became like milky, pastel-y. But this pouring medium supposed to dry clear, so all of the pigments that we mixed in within, they should dry bright, and then once you put a layer of varnish or resin, then all of the colors, they should be brought back to life. So I mean, it's not bad, still nice color. Nice color. Okay, so that's that. Next, what do I have? I have pure pigments, and I don't have orange or yellow. I think I will go with this, with the orange pure pigment. To add a little bit more. I don't know how concentrated it is. It says Createx Pure Pigment is a concentrated pigment dispersed in water. Add only drops of pure pigment to the Createx mediums or your choice of Create acrylic artist paints, silks, green inks, textile paints, monotype colors and glazes. Okay. So So if it is so pigmented, I like it. If it works well, maybe I can purchase more, because these bottles are tiny and they probably will last the longest time. It was 10, 11, okay. And oh, they are sealed. I haven't used them since I bought them. I'm always paranoid because I break the glove right here, and then I get some irritation on the skin and on the nail on the right hand. So I need to be careful to make sure that I do not rip my glove, because that's where you get a lot of attention. Yes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5. It is highly pigmented. Wow, look at that. I barely mix it, but it is super dense, nice color. I like it. I like it a lot. But it is, actually it's not thick at all. It's a good viscosity. Yeah, it falls nicely off of the stick. Flows. Okay. Should I use a little bit of the pearlescent? Let me add a little bit of, I'm curious because pearlescent always looks so amazing. Let's see how it takes the pearl. Because orange pearlescent, oh my god, it's gonna be beautiful. If it takes it, it does. Look at this deliciousness. Yes. Yes. Wow. Wow, I really like that combination. A little bit more of the pearly. I might actually stick to all these pigments because they are tiny, they are highly pigmented. I can store them in a small container and yeah, oh yeah baby. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. So this is a promising test. Promising batch. Okay. Next I have Joe Sonia, and I have this huge drawer, huge container. I need to pull the colors that I haven't used here yet, so I don't use them. And I'm gonna take through all of them. Maybe this green, yes, I would like green color, so brilliant green, yes. Just Sonia. I'll try to metallize everything like this. And I had another iridescent medium. I don't know what it is, so it takes some time to find, but I think I had another one from different brand. I think it was, I can't remember now, maybe Artist Lots. Okay, so 10 mils. 10. A little bit more. Okay, it doesn't matter. And I am using Joe Sonia Brilliant Green. It's much liquid, much more liquid. I don't remember the terms. Viscosity means high viscosity or low viscosity. I don't remember which stands for which, thicker or thinner. It's not correct to say thicker or thinner. More liquid, less liquid. have to memorize it. But Jassonia actually mixes so well with Pouring Medium. It's such a pleasant paint to work with. And it's not expensive, and it's highly pigmented, and it comes in so many different shades. It's crazy. Okay, so it is thick. Let me play with with pearlescence. Let's see if it takes it, because I think all Jassonia are transparent. Oh, it's a half, 50-50, so it's semi-transparent. Let's see how it works with pearl. It takes it, yeah. It looks pearlescent. Can the camera focus? I don't know. But it's too thick, so I need to dilute it with a bit of water. I do smell it. I smell, I think it's the gloss varnish. I think it's Jassonia that smells. And I usually, when I mix colors, nothing smells, and I hope it's not toxic. One thing is toxic, is the resin. Oh my god. It's the poison. I try to stay away. It looks beautiful, I mean, it's amazing, but you have to have separate garage, or not your living area for sure. You have to do it in an area that is excluded from your living space. I think it's nice. So Jassonia is done, and one last thing. Oh yes. These guys, the airbrush colors. These are fascinating to me. I don't know how highly pigmented they are, but okay. So I have metallic. I want to use the iridescent. This is metallic, transparent white, iridescent. Oh my god, this color is gorgeous, and I have to shake it vigorously because all of the iridescent powder kind of like settled at the bottom, so I have to shake it to make sure that all of that is distributed evenly. Fascinated about this pigment, because then I don't have to use a lot of space. I can have a small container with a variety of colors, or even primary colors, and I can mix and match them the way I want. Okay, I don't know, it looks like it is distributed, so I don't need pearlescent here. New container, set to 0. 10 grams or 10 mils, which is the same, which is all efficient. 9, 10. Okay, thank you. 20 drops? I don't know. It is highly pigmented. Oops. Oh, wow. OMG. Wow. That's why I could not. I was losing my breath when I was in the store looking at this airbrush, and if I use it as an airbrush pigment, they will never show up like that because it will be such a thin layer, and actually it thickens up the pillow, I mean the pouring medium. It is liquid, but now that I poured into this mix, it actually thickens up. It feels much thicker. But the color, oh wow. On the screen, if I'm looking at my phone, it shows, it looks blue, but in reality it's actually teal. It has a lot of green undertone. So the colors are light, or maybe because I have yellow light, or neon light rather, or the flash from the camera. But I'll need to thin it up a little tad, just a tad. But wow, I like iridescence. Oh, one more I forgot. This Amsterdam, the color shift, or whatever it is, iridescent medium. Okay, I like this, and I'm excited about this thing because I have so many different colors. And this is green, pearl green from Amsterdam. I think this will be my last color for today. Yes, I'll have plenty to choose from. And pouring medium 10 mils. 10 mils, okay. And now I should probably buy Amsterdam in tubes because these jars, they are quite tricky. So I don't know if it's gonna do any effect. I mean, it is pearlescent. It has beautiful, beautiful shades of light green. I don't know how it will show on the canvas. And it's super thick, super thick. Yeah, so I definitely need some more. And I don't have any yellow. I don't have any yellow color. Maybe I should put all of my colors in order and I'll see what I am missing. I don't have any black either. Maybe black I will use, I know what I will do. I have 2 more brands to test. And in one of the videos, the girl said that the more different brands you use, the more interesting and unpredictable effects are. The way the colors are shifting, the way the paint pours in between, the way the cell activator is working. So, still a little bit thick. Okay, now it is, I think it's the right consistency. I don't know if it is, but maybe it's too liquid, I don't know. Okay, so this is this baby with pearlescent pearl green. Some of these colors, I bought them, my god, longest time ago, and I didn't like them at all. So I don't have any purple. Let's do this deep purple. Yes, I need something very, very dark. Very, very dark. It takes a long time to mix colors. That's why I want to figure out the formula where I can pre-mix them, store them in a bottle, and anytime I feel like painting, I just come to the kitchen and twist the bottle and I start and I go to it, because now I spent, as of now, 57 minutes, not to count the preparation. So it's about an hour. It takes about an hour to pre-mix few pigments, which is very time consuming. So let's see, deep purple. I think it will look super beautiful right under the white cell activator, because it's really like deep purple. Yes, 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 yes. So who knows, maybe I'll be using those tubes of leftover paint for my pores. You always have to scrape the sides, and again, I like these containers because they're so flexible. I can like really neatly swipe the paint off of the side of the spoon. I like this. I like this color. It's a little bit still a little bit too thick. So I am missing bright yellow, which I will try to I will use the airbrush. It has iridescent yellow, and I'm so excited about that color. Okay, it looks nice consistency. It looks like it has the right consistency. I want to use one of these guys. Yes, this one. Metallic yellow. I also have transparent yellow, and I have, oh, this is golden. And what is this? Opaque white. And I also have pure pigment, which I can mix with golden pearlescent, and probably I will achieve the same effect. But let me use this airbrush that I have to shake it, and I know there is metallic ball that is probably stuck to the bottom. That's why I don't hear any banging, because it is stuck at the bottom. So yeah, one thing about these pigments, that the pigment, I mean the pearlescence, settles at the bottom, and then you have to shake, 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 shake. But if I use, what is this? Pure Pigments. I didn't use this color, okay. But actually it also has some settling color at the bottom. I know there is metallic ball somewhere. Wow. like this one you can hear it, right? It's also, this one is iridescent and this is metallic. I know there is a bowl. Ah, here it is. Now it's stuck again. Looks like the metallic is really okay. Now this is what happens. I usually tear my glove right here, and then my nails are peeling off all my hands because of the contact of hand. We're talking. Yes, now looks like it has nice distribution. I can hardly see it because of this huge label that covers most of it, but I can see that the pigments, the pearlescence or metallics, are being distributed throughout. So we need another 10 mils. I wish these cups, they were more pronounced. Like there is the, what's it called, like you can see the measurements, but it's so impossible to view them. It's so impossible to see them because they are white, like white on white. Maybe I should highlight them with permanent marker or something. This way I can skip on using the scale. I'm breaking the glove. Alright, one more pasted. Okay, so 10 mils of pouring medium. I will put it in a smaller cup because it's much easier to control, otherwise it's so easy to overspill. Let's set it to 0. And now let's pour 10 mils. 11, and this beauty. Looks pretty. Let's eyeball it and use white spoon. It's so beautiful. Oh my god, it's so fascinating. It's 11 p.m. and I think that I will have sleepless night until 3 or 5 a.m. because these are so freaking beautiful. And I'll be able, I have so much paint stored in my house. It's crazy. I have so many pigments, canvases, buckets and buckets of colors from Home Depot, and hopefully I can create artwork out of them. Yeah, this is pretty beautiful. I'm happy with. Okay, so I think I got all of my colors. Now I will clean up. I will store them in one clean container, and I will be ready to do test pours.